So right now we are jumping straight into our workshop of sales with Mr. Sivenathi Mbebe, and he's just going to share his screen with us. So if your notebook or any recording device that you use was far from you, just quickly run and go take your pen and paper so that you can take some notes when he speaks. He's about to drop some serious jewels right now. He's about to do something that I love. Sive, please take the floor.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. And we've reached the workshop part. I know some of you have been waiting for this. For those who didn't catch my name and what I do, my name is Sivenathi Mbebe. I am the founder of Itenga Sales Solution. I am sales coach, strategist, and a podcaster. Just before we get to the workshop, I just would like to share a quick outline or quick summary of what we're going to talk about. So the first thing is going to be, why do you need a sales strategy as a small and medium business? And also talk about what you need to sell successfully, and then go into the 3 strategies that we are going to talk about, which is your cross-sell and upsell, network marketing, and sales promotion, and then summarize the whole thing. So why do you need a sales strategy? So as I've mentioned earlier, a lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs think that marketing is equal to sales, and that is not the case. Marketing is a whole different thing. You need sales to make sure that you sustain your business, because without sales, there is no business. And also, the reason behind creating strategies is because you need to grow your business without a sales. To grow your business, there has to be sales growth. I would also like to involve some of you. Let me just go back a little bit. I would like to ask a question. So how many of you do you, like, when you go to a grocer, do you go with a list or you don't go with a list? Can I have some in the chat box just so I can see what people do? I see no list. So how do you manage? Yeah. No list. I see a few people that go with a list. So behind strategies and plans, have a good strategy, because you might go to a grocery store without a list. Most of the time, you will not buy all of the things that you plan to buy. So it's just like going to the grocery. For you to sell successfully, you need to have goals so that you can be able to measure if you are reaching your goals or if you are successful in your strategies. And you also need processes. This is things like, because when you go to the store, you know which route you're going to, whether you're going to walk, going to use a car. So that's the process. And then you have a plan, so you know what time I'm going and how long you plan to take to get there. So these are the things. I go further in terms of how these apply in sales, your goals, your processes and plans. But in this workshop, the focus is strategies. Right? You can just contact me if you would like to create processes and plans for your business. So coming into the strategies, the first one is cross-sell and upsell. So I decided to mix this and put this as one thing, because cross-sell and upsell are different things. But most of the time, people treat them as one thing. They cannot separate the differences. but they are different. For instance, in cross-selling, when you are cross-selling, it is when you are, it's a technique that you use to try and sell something that is relative or complementary to the original sell. For instance, here I have a microphone that I was looking at online. So under that, the microphone, there are other products that are shown there, and it says you might also like this. And they're showing a pop filter. They're showing some sort of a microphone stand and a mixer. So they know and they understand that if I buy a microphone, there's a very high chance that I might be looking for a pop filter. And most of the times, when a person buys a microphone, they will buy a pop filter. So that's also trying to make sure that revenue from the same customers. You don't have to go and look for a new customer. That is cross-selling. But you may also see it when it comes to food selling. When you buy maybe the person serving you asks you, would you like a drink to go with your meal? So that's also trying to make sure they sell more. And drinks and food go well. And if you only sell one product or service, you can collaborate with other people. And I'm not sure if any of you have seen when you install some of the programs for computers, they might come with other apps added to them. For an example here, I'm showing Adobe Flash Player. It comes with an optional offer for internet security. So that's what you can do if you only have one product or service. And when it comes to upselling, in upselling, you try to sell something that is slightly expensive from the original buy. But in upselling, the person stops buying the first option and then they go with the second one. So it's selling the same thing, but the more expensive one has more added value. For an example here, it shows when I was looking at price plans for a CRM system, it already, the page came up highlighting the second most expensive. So as an upsell, so in cross-selling, it's selling an additional product or service to the first one that you buy. But when it comes to upsell, you buy a relatively high in terms of price, a relatively higher product or a plan or a service. So here, what they did immediately when I got into the price page, they highlighted the second most expensive plan. So this is a strategy of upselling me. So they're trying to use things like most popular just to make me interested in this one, because a lot of people, they know that social proof is very important when it comes to selling. If people are buying this means it's good. So when they say most popular, it might turn out that the standard one is the one that's not popular. No one really actually knows, but it's just a strategy they use to make me buy the second most expensive one and not take the standard or the lower priced options. And then the second strategy is network marketing. So I was going to ask questions and see, but I don't want to go back and forth. So when it comes to network marketing, what do you think of? What comes to your mind? Perhaps you guys can answer, those who have a microphone. I just want to see.
Isn't it going to a market, like a networking event or an event with the aim to sell your products to such a setting if we were physically meeting and having an event, but I'm going there to market, but ultimately I'm going there to sell my product. I don't know if it makes sense.
Is it not selling Herbalife?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it not selling
Yeah,
Herbalife?
it's not quite Rockefeller. Yeah, it's Herbalife. Yeah, Herbalife is it's like that. Yeah, that's network marketing. Yeah, those are the questions. Those are the answers that tend to come up a lot. Herbalife, your Tupperwares, and all these other funny ones as well that people tend to use. But I bet you didn't think of Morfire as network marketing. So what DJ Spoo and did, because they understood that their brand was also known in areas where they could not reach people, but they wanted to sell those into those areas, and retail was not taking up the product. So what they decided to do is to position this as a hustler's drink, and then they started making it as if they're offering people opportunities to become entrepreneurs, when all they were doing, those distributors were just sales people working for Morfire. And what was great, and what's also great about network marketing, is that the people that are selling for you put in the money first, and then because they have bought the product, they are left with no choice but to sell your product. And there are different ways that this can be done, because there are two types of network marketing that you can use. The other one is like the first one is single level, which is what DJ Spoo is using. And then there's multi-level. Your Herbalife and all the other ones fall under multi-level. And I also bet you didn't think of Amazon as like the Amazon affiliate marketing and other affiliate marketing programs as network. These are network marketing strategies because they understand that network marketing comes with a lot of bad reputation due to many products that have scammed people or that have been executed in a wrong way, that have been executed wrongly. So, as I've mentioned, there are different multi-level and single level. Multi-level is where you as a business have distributors under you, and then those distributors can also recruit people under them who can also recruit. So it forms different levels under your distributors. And this is where a lot of bad reputation comes from, because the distributors who recruit people tend to focus on recruiting, not on selling the product and make sure that the value is being offered. And when it comes to single level, which is I personally prefer single level, the distributor falls under you. They're basically your sales representative. It's just that they put in money first, they buy your product, and then go sell the product to people. And this allows you to reach areas that you cannot reach yourself. And you can train people just to make sure that they stick to your brand guidelines and they do not mess up your brand reputation. And the last strategy is sales promotion. This is a strategy that's very important for small and medium businesses, but I don't see a lot of them doing it, because me as a customer, I have my own brands that I trust, that I have been using for a long time. And you come up as a new business, a small business, with a new product which I do not know how it works. I've never tested it. I don't want to leave something that I know for something that I do not know which result it's going to give me. So sales promotions allows you to stimulate the demand by influencing a customer, because in sales promotion, there is some sort of encouragement or some sort of reward that you give the customer, things like a discount, for instance. And sales promotion is part of marketing a little bit, and it also forms part of sales support. And there are two types of sales promotions. You have monetary and then non-monetary sales promotion. The monetary sales promotion is sales, it's like it self-explanatory. It has to do with money or discount or price changes. It all has to do with price discounts or price reduction. Things like 75% off, as you see in the picture, or things like buy one and get one free. And monetary sales promotion, they work best for things that are functional. Things like cleaning detergents, for instance. Those are functional things. So if you offer a discount at a price point that's fairly lower than the average price, people might want to buy your product, and that might stimulate a demand for your product. And then non-monetary sales promotion, it doesn't include price. This is where it includes giving out things like samples or offering subscriptions, and it works best with things or services that are about experience. For instance, an antivirus for a computer. If you're going to try a new antivirus, it's best I give you a free trial so you can get used to how it works and see how it works. Or maybe if I'm selling an expensive wine, I can give you samples just so you can taste how good it tastes and see how it matches up to your favorite expensive wines. So those are the strategies that you can use, because these strategies do not require you have a lot of capital, and most of the time you do not, like, there are low financial risk. So in summary, sales strategies are very important because marketing is not sales. So you can't expect to just do some ads and think that those will turn into sales. You need to have strategies to make sure that the people that see your ads go all the way into paying for your product or service. And you need to create goals, processes, and plans for that. And then and figure out strategies. And you can mix the strategies. You don't have to go with one. As you may have seen with DJ Smooth did the network marketing part, and he was also trying to approach the retails as well. That is it from me. Thank you so much. If you would like to get in contact with me, you can contact me at info@itengass.co.za, or you can just go to itengass.co.za. And now I can hand over to. Do we still have?
Sive, thank you very much for that nice presentation. I hope each and everybody has been writing and taking notes while you're speaking. And once again, thank you to the BMF for pulling through and telling us how we can be part of the BMF and what you are and what you stand for. Once again, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors, Amazon and PayFast. Right now, I'll just hand over to our director, the chapter director, the lady who is ensuring that this ship stays on course. Refilo Mukhade.
Thank you so much for that, CP, to Oslili, as well as our speaker, Sive. So we can jump straight into the Q&A. So guys, everybody, if you do have questions, please do post comments and questions that you might have in the chat box about sales in general, maybe even if it's not relating to the talk, but you've always had a question regarding sales, please do not be shy to type it in the chat box. So, Sive, a question that I would like to ask me is, the thing with sales, there's a lot of rejection that comes with sales. Like, there's a lot of rejections and you get a lot of no's, and you are saying approaching 5 people a day is not enough if you want to grow. Like, how do you deal with, you have approached 100 people, only 10, 15 have responded, like, how does that not take a knock on your esteem, on you also thinking that, you know what, maybe my product is not good enough? So I just maybe wanna hear a bit on that.
Yeah. So how you deal with that? There are different ways. So the first one is, because now you know you have a process, for instance, you know exactly who's the right customer for you. As you are approaching people, you would be asking them questions and finding out if maybe this person, let's say you are selling internet services, for instance, you might be asking if this person lives in an area where there is coverage for whatever you are selling. So if that person has coverage, but you find out that they have debts and they cannot afford what you are selling, that is fine. Those people will fall off because you're not signing them up. That process will help you understand that this was not the right fit. And then as you keep on doing it, and what we used to do, and what we were told, was that you have to go on and look for the no's. Just do your pitch and sell exactly how it is supposed to be sold, and try to see how many no's you're going to get just before you get to the yes. Just shift things in your mind, see how many no's you can get
Okay.
before you get that yes. So that also helps with that.
Okay, so what I'm getting is that you must first define your customer so that you don't end up with a case whereby you are trying to sell to somebody that is not your target market. For example, with the internet services, if I'm approaching people who already have internet and then they say no, it's not really no what.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So
because you also even ask, if a person says no, you also ask, if I may ask, why exactly are you not signing up? Why exactly are you not taking the product? The person might say, I have one, I'm not interested right now, I can't afford. You'd be surprised how many people will answer you when you ask why exactly. And also, don't take it personal. It's not personal. It's not like they're rejecting you. They're just saying no to what you are selling.
Okay. I actually, because I've had a session with you a while back, maybe a month or two back, with the asking question, and I must, because we were trying to sell to a lady, and she approached us, and then we quoted her, and then a few months later, she didn't really buy. So we did ask the why, and then she was more than willing to actually answer us on the why, and it was an area for improvement on our case. So I would say then dealing with the rejection comes mostly from defining the customer, and if they do say no, find out why so that maybe you can improve on that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's a question from Leslie here saying, what are some of the best strategies to use for consulting services? Like if you're not selling a product, how do we go about selling that?
Okay, with this one, because you need, the sales promotion works best a little bit here, but you can mix these and try to use, there are different sales strategies, but I only touched on 3. And there are things like, especially when it comes to consultation services, especially knowledge based, there are things like offering free webinars. I'm not sure if if Leslie here has ever attended a free webinar. They would know that during that free webinar, the person has like a lot of breaks where they're trying to sell what they are doing. They will say, today I'm giving you a special for what I offer. I'm offering it at a 50% off. So if you sign up today after this free webinar, because once you host that webinar, you know the people that you've attracted. It's people that are already interested in what you have to offer or the information that you are dealing with. Now you don't have to go around and see if this person is looking for this kind of information, and this also gives you a higher chance of turning some of them into customers. So you can try offering free webinars. You can also try things like doing podcasts or writing blogs where you show your credibility or show that you know what you are talking about. Because sometimes it helps with just sharing what you know. People will see from what you know that actually I can contact this person and try to work with them. But there's a whole lot of mixed strategies that you can use. Doesn't have to be one.
And that's, I actually saw one of the mentors that I had using a similar strategy. They're in the consulting business, and then randomly I saw him hosting like a webinar, and I was thinking, okay, I did not know that they were hosting now, but now that you talk about it, I do see that it's a way for him to get new clients, and so that's quite interesting actually. I think I'm just gonna ask one or two more questions. So you spoke about the network marketing and the distribution. I think, and then you talked about how maybe stuff like Herbalife, okay, not to mention any names. You spoke about how some businesses are like are losing clients because of the service that they're getting. So if you're gonna go with the network marketing, like how important is training those people who will be distributing for you, like and is it also something that if I wanted to do the network marketing thing, is it one of the services that you offer in terms of training the people to make sure that my brand does not along? How important is it for the training, and is it something that you also offer?
Yeah, it is very important when it comes to network marketing. So you see, it's easier with single level because those people are trained by you directly, especially when it comes to the multi-level. That's where a lot of training is needed. You might have people signing up for what you do and they want to distribute your product, but the most thing that was motivating them to do that is because they wanted to make money. So what they're going to do is just going to recruit because that one is much easier to do than selling. Because recruiting is easier because you just tell people you're going to make money, and people love to make money. So they're going to recruit those people without teaching them about your product, without letting them know why your product costs the price it costs. There have been some instances where people sell products and you are surprised or you get shocked as to why does this cost this much, and then the person doesn't fully explain exactly. That person is not trained about your product. They do not know the product. Hence, that training is important. And then for businesses like Tupperwares, you don't have to explain to people why a Tupperware is expensive because they have managed to handle that very well because they're also doing network marketing. So training is important. I also do that as a way in terms of consulting and coaching a business on how they can approach their network marketing and which one would work best for the kind of product they are offering.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be the one, like the traditional one. For instance, if you have an online store, affiliate marketing sounds like a great idea. So you can have people have, so they don't really have to go around approaching people. Say they can just sit down and try to post things online on their websites or their YouTube channels and say, if you use my link, you're going to get a discount for this much, and you'll be able to track which sales came from who. So they're just your sales team, but you are putting it in a different way. They're not, you as a business are not obligated to pay them a salary, but they act as your sales team.
I think the one final question then, which is maybe, I don't know if I maybe might have missed it during the earlier session. So I just wanted to find out, like, as a small business, I don't really have a sales plan. I started my business, I have my website, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, but the sales are not really coming in. What are what is the process that you take that business through in terms of improving their sales, from them knocking on your doors? What's the process that you would take the business through in terms of making sure that they do grow their sales?
So the first thing is having a discovery meeting where I get to ask a lot of questions, things like your goals. So if the person doesn't have goals, then we go back to how much revenue would you like to generate? And then from there, we work out the goals. If you're selling 3 products, how many of each, how many product A would you like to sell for you to get to your revenue targets? So those are the things I find out, the goals. And we also try to find out, so what are the struggles are you facing? Because it doesn't make sense if I do not try to solve the things that you're struggling with right now and try to come up with just my solutions. I also have to find out what is it that you're struggling with. And then also, as someone that understands sales, I will be able to find what other things you are struggling with. Because if I give you an example, there's a person that once approached me. They said they were not getting the sales, but they are speaking to people. And as I keep on asking, I also found out that the number of people they were speaking to, first of all, was very low. And also, as the process, they were not asking the right questions. They did not have a set sales process or a pitch. Also, that's one other thing entrepreneurs and small businesses don't focus on. It's a sales pitch. You need to always have a sales pitch, have it written down, know exactly what to ask. You don't have to say it word for word, but you have to know what to ask. So those are also the things that I find out. And then I come up with solutions. And on your side as a business, I give you a homework of things that you need to have a look at, so that when I come back with you with the solutions and having the session, give you the solutions and then ask you some of the things that you like that I've asked you to do, and keep on having sessions after that.
Okay. So basically, in terms of developing the strategies, you would assist in finding out what are the goals and setting those practical goals for the business, and then finding out what are some of the struggles, and then developing strategies to address those challenges.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I don't think I know. We have reached the end of our fireside chat and mini workshop. And before we adjourn our session, I just wanted to ask you to put your camera back on, and also to just really thank you for agreeing to do the session, and also for the sales workshop. I hope that everybody that is in the chat was able to find it quite valuable, as much as I have. So thank you for joining us. I don't know if before you leave or we let you go, if you would like to say any words of encouragement or anything to close off the session.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I just hope everyone got something out of it. And I'm also available for people to come and approach me, and we can discuss and find out if I can help them with something. And they can also listen to some of like follow my content. Some of the things that I share are helpful in terms of trying to make sure that they have like they have successful sales departments on their businesses. And that is it for me. Thank you so much, guys, for this opportunity. I just hope it was valuable to the people that attended it.
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. I don't know if Osley is still in the session. I just also wanted to thank her for coming to talk about BMF, which is the Black Management Forum. So as we are celebrating Black Leaders Month at Startup Grind, we just wanted to extend thank you for her being here, because we know that she's quite busy as well. So also again, to the people that who are still in the session, thank you so much for attending. And I hope that you everybody did find it valuable. We'll also be sharing CV's details on our websites, and we'll also be sharing links from this fireside chat as well on YouTube. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I'm hoping to see you at our next fireside chat, which is on the 25th of November, and we will be giving away a gift voucher to some of our most loyal attendees throughout the year. So please do continue supporting Startup Grind Bloemfontein. We don't necessarily do this for ourselves. We're really just trying to contribute to the entrepreneurship ecosystem in the Free State in Bloemfontein. So each and every single one of you that is still in the session, thank you so much. And thank you to our partners and sponsors, PayFast and AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. So I think we can leave the session. And as people are leaving, I will be playing a video from Amazon, so that web services, so that every small business owner that is interested in seeing what they have to offer small businesses can see the video and maybe just visit their website. So yeah, I think we can leave, and in the meantime, I'll just play the video while people leave. So thank you, everybody, and see you next month. Thank you, Sive. Thank you, Osley.